Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Mighty Nein Time, episode 101, Mysteries, Memories, and Music. First off, I just put on my Jester shirt because I'm thinking we're at TravelerCon, or it's very quickly approaching. Let's put on my Jester shirt in celebration, and look at it. It was washed recently, and I think the iron-on decal, I get my shirts from TeePublic, usually, unless it's like something I could get off the site of Critical Role. There's a couple shirts I have that are from Critical Role, but things like this aren't available there, so I get them from TeePublic. And it's the first one I can remember that started doing this, but this is also one of the first ones I bought. This goes back like to the beginning, going on close to 3 years now since we started doing Critical Role content. That's when I bought all the chibi style, and I have one of each. But I wear the others the same amount, if not more, and I don't feel like any of them are doing it. The only other thing I could think is there's a lot going on with her decal. Like, the other ones are just kind of like a person, and she's got the lollipop up here with everything, so I don't know. Not relevant to what is going on in the campaign, though. What is going on in the campaign is we're about to talk to Terra. There is this girl, Terra, who is one of 3 members, or one of 3 leaders of this group, which at first I thought was a cult, and it still might be kind of like a cult, but they seem like they're just really enjoying themselves. The guy said people come, people go, most stay. You guys can leave right now if you want to leave, or you could stay if you want to stay. We would appreciate some help, so we're preparing dinner. Ford was helping the 2 new regular characters we met. By regular, I mean they're not one of the 3 leaders. It was Pono and Jaina. We were about to be killed by Displacer Beasts, and then these people jumped in and they took it down, and we were chopping it up, and Pono and Jaina seemed to be pretty proud of themselves. They're like, we probably got the catch of the day. Then Terra came walking up with 2 other people, I believe, and they had some crazy, wild 9-foot, at first I thought alligator-looking beast, but it had its legs by its mouth or something. I don't know. The description was very bizarre, and Caduceus, aka Talzin, even said himself, what the hell kind of creature is that? I didn't go back and recap that one, but I don't know how relevant it is. We're probably about to find out what it is from Terra herself, because Ford said to Bo and Caduceus, yo, come over here. Veth joined us. They were helping prepare some other part of the meal, and we're about to interact and find out what is going on. Meanwhile, we have TravelerCon coming up. The Traveler himself said, when you get a chance, introduce me to these people, because he's loving the situation. We're on an island where we were chased by a dragon turtle. There's a volcano that hasn't erupted yet, they said. And we're praising a god called Vokodo. Ford is thinking this is all a bunch of BS, and somebody is probably manipulating them, because if they're not cultists and they're not being like brainwashed to stay here, then they had to have seen something that has proven to them that this is a thing. If I see something and it's not smoke and mirrors, then I'll buy in too. But we're going to find out, and the Traveler wants to be a part of it, and he's gonna, because TravelerCon is coming. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. We're doing Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We just started Percy Jackson and True Detective Season 4. We're going to do Cobra Kai and Stranger Things when it starts. And Fiona and Cake of Rick and Morty just ended. Hundreds of other movies and shows in the description, full unedited. If not, Mighty Nein Time, episode 101.
You see, as they're now taking one of these creatures and tying its arms and legs upside down, kind of cross over this large bar,
we don't know what it is,
but
I think we're going to find out, unless they don't know.
The Displacer Beast on before they start butchering it. And the woman turns around and looks at your crew.
It is very loud, my apologies.
Wow, that's crazy. What do you call that?
My bad.
This here is one of the many dangerous beasts, long-lost beasts on the north side of the island.
What is
I
it
gotta
called?
learn just not to do that. Yeah, it's amazing.
Long-lost beast.
The actual pronunciation for
I was going to say, do we not know? He's looking up the pronunciation.
Deinonychus.
A Deinonychus. I love it. A Deinonychus.
Yep.
That is like a dinosaur with a rhinoceros.
I wanted to introduce ourselves. I know we may seem like strange faces. We were actually saved in the forest by Pono and Jaina.
We heard there were some new arrivals. I assume that's you all, what?
That's us. Just
And
a few of
Terra
us, at least.
looks like
Well,
Caduceus.
welcome to Vol. Happy
right?
to
Or
have
was
you.
it the other person?
Very
I
impressive.
think it's
Thank
her.
you. Caduceus Clay.
Caduceus, you are
Bo.
Bo.
I'm Ford.
Ford. I am Tara. What are you good at?
What are you good at? What do you do?
Well, nobody speak all at the same
I
time.
mean, I think you can just say I don't know. It seems to be the normal
Well,
answer
generally,
to everything
well,
around
technically,
here.
we're
Yeah,
good
oh,
at
yeah.
fighting
And everyone
killing
doesn't
people,
know
that kinda
anything.
feels like
And
maybe
everyone
something we
has
should lead
nothing.
with. We're good at killing people.
We're good at killing people.
I can't
That
remember.
might-
People?
No, like bad things
You
that
gotta be a
need
little
to be
more
killed,
specific.
so like monsters.
We're fair
beasts.
hunters.
We're great at
Yeah.
I
killing
have some
people. That's
skill
what you
with
tell
sailing on the
a
open
complete
waters.
stranger who's
Caduceus
trying
is actually
to,
very talented.
you know, we're trying to win their favor.
Cook.
Cook, healer,
Yeah, that too.
Good.
make an excellent tea.
We could
I
use
said
more
this
muscle on the hunting
During the
team.
live stream,
It's
the
good to
Patreon
know.
hour, the music
Oh,
is so
we
much
actually
better now.
just stopped
with the
for a
audio
visit. We're not
adjustment.
actually planning on
love it.
joining the community. We were actually just done a great favor by some of your hunting party.
All right.
We don't plan to be staying very long.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, if that changes, let me know. We could always use some more hands out.
Of course.
Thank you. I'll let you
Well,
know,
it sounds
Tara.
like we'll be staying for dinner. We wanted to introduce ourselves. You'll meet the rest of our party later. We're at your service.
Good. We'll talk at dinner.
Like
I'll
it.
go back to chopping.
Thanks
All
for
right.
your hospitality.
And she just kind of walks back over towards where they're
Short
shooting
and
up the
sweet.
beasts and helping her team out.
To the point.
She's tough.
Yeah, she's definitely
worn
stern.
leather.
Yeah,
She is a
You know,
stern
I like her.
It's a rough whiskey.
Intimidating.
person.
Yeah.
It's a rough whiskey.
Cool.
Not
cool,
for nothing.
cool, cool.
I dig her because
Go cut up this
she's
explosive.
Yeah, I'm gonna
not
go
fake
make
and she's
sure
got
stuff
shit
isn't
to do.
poisoned.
you ever
I
seen
get
a
it.
Deinonychus
I have
before?
No, that feels like
so much shit to do in a day, and
Paleolithic,
50
like a
people stop me and have
different
What did you
conversations.
say?
like
And I'd be nice and I talk,
you know,
and I
before
enjoy
the
it
Earth,
myself.
before Exandria
'Cause I
was
wish I didn't have to
Alexandria.
Make a history or nature
Okay.
check, your choice.
She
like
needs to
the
go get
land
her freaking
before
beast chopper.
Time,
We need to
yeah,
make dinner.
yeah, exactly. A history check.
The time before the land.
Natural 20.
Where has this been for like the last 3 years?
I don't know. So
For the
32.
last 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
32
You are
with the
very-
natural 20.
Studied individual in eclectic things. In the Cobalt Soul, you had less interest in modern day politics, more interest in books about weird
We got Nick Lachey on the
things
flask.
that had drawings and pictures.
That's why I took deep speech.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But during this time, he came across myths and stories about beasts very similar to the ones that you saw strung up here. Things that were said to exist during the time of the Titans. Things that were largely wiped out, except for
Ashley
supposedly in
is
some far reaches of Exandria.
eating
might
something,
still
and I think
exist
she's getting
of
more
all
of it.
manner of size and demeanor. Most people seem to say that elements of them might reside still within the shattered teeth, but few, have.
I'm just curious. Oh, they're sharing
to
them.
provide
What are they,
proof.
little cookies? Or oh,
And
what is
this
it?
is your first time you've ever seen something
almost
very
looks like a
similar to what
Hershey
you
Kiss or
studied
something.
firsthand.
It's very tiny.
Yeah, they're like boogeymen, like big fish stories. Like you're not entirely sure if they even exist. You know?
That's not helpful at all.
I mean, this shit is ancient, whatever that thing is. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you mean as if it's not supposed to exist anymore?
Yeah, kinda.
But it does.
Yeah. Like pre-calamity,
Oh yeah, very pre-planned.
way pre-calamity time. Like
Way pre.
We gotta get
like
up
a-
to the
like a
north
lost
side.
creature.
Hi, Ford. I'm here.
I know I can see you. I can see invisibility.
Oh, I forgot.
Still?
Couldn't
Hi,
catch you
Ford.
up
I'm
for an
here
hour.
too. I've seen you the
It's
whole
past
time.
that now.
Fuck.
Well, then, I'm no longer invisible either.
Seeing
Although you can
invisibility
keep it up if
is
you had more spell slots, but
worn off.
I gotta go to the north side.
Therefore, Ford is
Yeah,
a
we gotta go to
liar.
the north side.
North
He
side,
didn't
bro.
see
That's
anything.
where it's at, Rip Girl.
Let's go north side.
Which one?
First thing
so
tomorrow morning.
what's the plan? Are you guys anything else you want to accomplish, or do you want to move on to dinner?
I think we're just waiting for dinner.
Anything suspicious about this food at all? Does it?
What, you mean while you're in the kitchen?
Yeah, I'm watching to see if there's any spices being added to anything. If there,
What's the health
be, like,
inspector grade on
there
this?
seems
We
to be,
were
like,
talking about
one
this in the
ingredient
Patreon
that's in
hour, how-
everything,
Like in
way
Farscape,
too
there was
much
an episode.
nutmeg
There's
on
probably a
everything.
million shows like this.
Sure.
There was something in the
perception check.
drinks and stuff they
That's
were
the
having
thing.
at the club, and everyone just partied all the time because you just drink the drinks. It was just in Percy Jackson with the lotus petals, but it was like in the air
Bad for me, but you
in
know,
modern day.
17.
Like a casino, pumping it in, oxygen.
I mean, beyond
tainted
the
air.
fact that a lot of the
So they were saying, what if there's something in the food?
The flavor concoctions that are being produced here, a lot of the crushed minerals that have been recovered and mingled here are kind of high in sodium. Beyond that, nothing that catches your attention is
monsters.
Hope you don't have any chronic heart conditions. Because my father's on a very low sodium diet.
Eventually, the sun does begin to set. The coloration of the sky takes its characteristic oranges and purple hues. The temperature still, you know, not as warm as you'd expect for the location and temperate region that the island is amongst the Slovene Islands. The mist remains on the outskirts of the city. Doesn't seem to swell or get any larger or more dense with the temperature dropping. It just kind of exists. But people begin to gather as the bonfires ignite, as the actual meals.
I never trust anybody. If you guys have watched these, you definitely know
to
that
be
is very
charred and prepared.
Much how I am.
And the large bonfire
but I'm starting
itself,
to think these
just
people
a
are
beacon,
just doing their
the
thing.
center of the social
and I want to
space
see
here at the end of the day is lit.
Some crazy
The heat is immense, even from this distance, but people gather around, and you can watch as people grab stools and stumps and whatever sort of sitting arrangement they have. They bring their own plates, which are a weird mix of old china that looks chipped or broken in places to just wooden plates that have been carved from whatever they could find locally to thick fronds they go ahead and place food on. But everyone eventually comes through and starts gathering meals and finding a place to sit. Everything kind of looking in the direction of this bonfire. And there at the very south part of the bonfire, you can see there are 7 stools set up in a semicircle.
We have our own
and 3
little
large
area.
chairs facing the north side of it, their backs to the bonfire. You guys are instructed to go ahead and gather whatever you wish from the veritable smorgasbord of food that has been prepared for you.
Is it
with the aid
smorgasbord?
of Caduceus and Beauregard.
I my whole life
as
thought
much
it
as you
was
wanted to aid.
smorgasbord.
Mostly Caduceus.
I like threw in some salt.
Borg
What
with
is
a
that
G at the
person?
end.
You monster. You
He
think
said
that
smorgasbord.
it needed was already.
I'm
was
curious
already-
because I might have
just so
said it
much.
wrong my whole life.
You're using seawater to boil everything. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But
instant puckered
I'm,
lip.
I'm watching Sam.
Why they
Sam
know
is
all
like
people, they're just all
definitely
just
looking at something. Look at
drying
Sam. I was like, I heard what
eventually
they
you're
were all
led to your
laughing
seats
at,
there at the
but
base,
I'm like, what is Sam up to?
that
He is
small
not
circle
laughing
of
because he is
stools.
very deep into
the
something.
trio eventually come and sit as well as Lukash, Viridian, and Terra all
Viridian's interesting
meet you
too.
with
Very
their
poison
respective meals.
ivy-ish.
Sit down
esque.
and nod. Viridian takes the first bit
Something
of the
about a
conversation.
vine coming out of
Thank
her
you all
leg.
for joining us, and it is a pleasure to have you among us for the time that we do. I'm sure you have questions, and we have questions as well. So, as we eat, let us share what we need of each other, what we hope to learn from each other.
When can we meet Vokodo?
As soon as you need. We could leave tomorrow if you'd like. I could guide you to the mountain entrance and introduce you.
That would work. Let's do
I
it.
think perhaps should explore a bit more beforehand to get a better sense of the island. Or...
I'm going. Let's do it.
Perhaps
Jester,
we should
we're in.
please
Let's do
the
it.
caretaker of the island first.
I mean, what if he doesn't want us to have it here, and then, you know.
Right, we should.
Better to know that now,
Exactly.
so we can go find another island.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
Tomorrow,
it.
then.
Yeah,
Do it.
sure. Let's go see
right.
him.
Yes, we don't have any. We should bring a gift.
Sure, yeah.
One,
Does, like,
or do we all?
Vokodo tell you what you need when you get there, or are you supposed to just guess?
Yeah.
up
Do you just
when-
bring something?
We
or do we have
gather amongst the village crafts and acquired materials, minerals, anything that we find is of precious origin, whether it be personal or just a treasure in its own social right. We gather, and I bring it with myself to meet with Vokodo and provide it to him within his lair.
We
Does
probably
he
have
want like everything valuable that we have, or is it
Just
like
a couple
here's
of
some
things.
valuable
Yeah.
stuff?
Is he gonna want all your
You carry
shit?
many valuable things, but that is up to you to give, not me.
Okay.
Maybe if we each gave one item.
That's
that
what I'm
would be
thinking.
nice.
Is it like one each,
Do
or
you think we
one
could
as a group,
do
or I don't
We can
even
look
know
at
what
what we
we're
have.
giving to her, if it's
Sure.
real
What
or
about
why.
right
I
now?
mean, maybe we'll do it just to fit in. But like, who are we gonna meet? What are we gonna meet?
I mean,
is there nothing? Are we gonna
you
get
know,
there, lay our shit down, and like they're
I
like,
don't
all right,
want to go through
we gotta
my,
go now.
my
He'll
bag
get
like
it.
right
We
now.
don't
It
have
seems
to.
rude at
There's on the
dinner.
floor.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll just see what happens when we're there, right?
Yeah, like we gotta see what happens.
not like we
If
would
some
need anything
crazy
extra beyond what we
smoke
have
and
on
mirrors,
ourselves.
I literally compared
How
it
often
to
do you bring these
the Wizard of
types to
Oz with like the man
Vokodo?
behind the curtain.
Well, I generally make a trip to the
And now
mountains
this guy's saying
interior
I
about
bring it
once
up
every week or
with
two.
just myself.
I
What if
was
he's
a
the
few days
screwball
out from my
and he's keeping
regular
all the
journey,
shit?
but at your necessary intent to meet, I will move my timeline up a bit. We will gather early in the morning and collect, and then we will be on our way.
Have you ever missed a visit? Are there repercussions if you do
Yeah,
not
like has
bring
anything bad ever
gift?
happened? Like
I
why?
have not missed a visit since I've been to the island. Some gifts have been larger than others, and as any individual that requires a showing of faith, frustration can be felt. But Vokodo is a kind and understanding god.
A showing
Who-
of faith.
Merely wishes us to improve upon that we may have failed to provide.
And how is his frustrations manifested?
By lessening the protections on the village for a time.
So the village suffers if we don't provide
Right.
enough goodies? That could
So
just be
you'll
you
maybe
assuming
randomly
bad
get-
things.
Swarmed by beasts, and it's like, uh-oh, Vokodo's having a bad week.
Possibly. But I am well versed in bending this
See, now that could be
surrounding
somebody
space to my will.
doing
Is that possibly
Maybe
what
somebody
happened to
is
the ruins?
letting beasts out of somewhere and
Ruins.
ruining your life because you weren't given them
I know
things.
not
I got it. We got to see
when
more.
the
We just
ruins
got to go and see more.
arrived or where they once came from, but they don't feel like anything we've constructed in previous generations.
Oh my god, we gotta get the fuck over there.
Oh, I want to see.
Yes.
We go there first?
I mean, we could just wait till it's the normal trip, not
ruin the rhythm of
what seems to be a
Well, it takes a couple.
clockwork system here. I mean,
Takes
I
a
feel
couple
like
days to get over there, right? We should check in with
It
like
does.
the
You have
desk
you have
and explore.
You have 8 days from today, so roughly a little over 7 days until TravelerCon.
A little over
takes
7
how
days
many
to
days?
Traveler
Although-
Con.
Keep going
And it
north.
takes-
Go to the ruins.
Yeah, great.
Go. Let's like stop by Vokodo on the way.
That's assuming anything happens after we meet
My
Vokodo.
apologies.
It's gonna go great. We're charming. Jester's a holy person.
Yeah, when we have a god on our side.
We're gonna give great gifts. I've got a diamond that I'm willing to part with.
You can see like immediately the three of them lean in and go like, a diamond.
It's not, it's just, yeah, I have a
You,
diamond.
you shouldn't part with your diamond.
Yeah, you should keep that.
We kind of
we
need
kinda
the diamond.
Yeah, we needed to
Kinda
bring us back to
Said it
life.
out loud.
There are
Always said it
such
out loud.
gems that we bring from within the island itself, and such diamonds are allotted and sought after by Vokodo, but diamonds from beyond, those in particular draw his interest. You would be
Great.
quick to gain
So
his
Sam
favor.
was on the money. Sam was.
Big old diamond. I can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Do you usually make the trip alone when you go, or do you go in a group?
I do because it's safest. I have means of traversing independently that are much safer than bringing others with me.
Can you go through the canopies with your vines?
I have other means.
Can you go below the ground with your vines? How do you do it?
how did you make that rhyme?
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow.
My connection with nature allows me the capabilities of calling upon its protection and powers in the vicinity, but I also have learned how to become such creatures that call nature its home.
Did you learn that when you came here, or were you like that already?
It's just something I always knew how to do.
Try to-
memory-based question.
Can you go
No.
through trees?
Any memory-based question is
I
like totally
can.
just random. Like I don't know. She's always had.
Understand. I know the memory lapses are challenging, but those of us of the Voth, we were chosen by Vokodo to come here. These false pasts were stripped away from us and allowed us to find our true purpose on this island. So
the lost.
As confusing as it may be, and occasionally frustrating, it is for the best.
Have you ever seen any precious gemstones or jewels that resemble something like this? And I'll use minor image to conjure an image of the cloven crystal, the eye.
Yeah, they kind of look over it. Not in particular, no, but it is a beautiful
I like
example.
that they're being so talkative and willing to. I mean, they seem like those kind of people. They're just like no secrets. I am an
they
open
all kind of
book,
think for
but they
a moment.
they're really telling us some tales.
Like showing a horse a card.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't suppose the Tal'dorei Council rings a bell.
You notice this Viridian goes, Tal'dorei, and trails off.
At a far distance, you hear, "Oh,
Yeah.
no!"
They're running low.
Well, then, fine. We'll set out in the morning to the volcano. And can we just wear this? Don't have to, like, dress in cloaks or robes or anything?
No. Bring yourselves as you are.
I mean, they're reasonable questions.
Like,
it could be like a sacrificial
like these
thing or like a
bracers are very
ceremonial
expensive
thing.
and very
I should
dope,
say.
and I'm very attached to
Sacrificial
them.
sounds
Should I
violent
like
and horrible.
hide them? He's not gonna see them and be like, I want that. Like,
Vokodo does not take things from you. He accepts what's given.
okay.
See, that's what
But
I was thinking
if he
too.
sees
Like,
this and then he sees what I'm giving him, is he gonna be
That's
like,
what I'm
it's a little
thinking.
weak compared to like,
that's what I'm thinking.
going
Do
on
we
here,
leave? Like,
and I'm
do
gonna
we
judge
leave
you
all
for
our
that.
shit
Is he gonna
behind?
be like that?
But then we have the risk of people stealing and
don't
taking
know.
it.
I've not
or
encountered
not
such a
having our shit
circumstance
if we need
before.
it.
I'm not too worried about that.
They've never
I feel
encountered
like
that situation, but
this is
everyone's
what
always
how
given
this
all
works
their
is
stuff.
I love these
We found out.
bracers.
I
He
love
probably
these
already
bracers. Yeah, like
seen
I
the bracers,
don't
Bo.
blame her. I ain't giving my
He's
shit
probably
up that I
already
want.
He's a god.
seen the
But I guess that's
Hello.
the point.
And do you
You're
have
supposed to give up
gemstones
shit
all
you
over
don't
your
want,
braces?
or that you want, right? That's
Well, they're
the
very
sacrifice?
intricate and
Or
like
is
very
it?
well crafted.
I don't know about that.
Who
but no, I
knows
don't think it'll be interesting.
if it's even
I think they're
real?
very
But
well
I get their question.
Well,
Okay. I was just curious.
What do you want to ask us?
Yeah, you got questions for us? We're doing all the asking.
So by what fates have you been brought here? Beyond you've said you were chased by some dragon turtle type creature. And you come here to hold an event for your god, this traveler, you say.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of event are you looking for?
Well, it's like
We're gonna stop there because we're not.
Have you ever heard of like a convention?
I thought I had it timed it perfectly, but it was exactly one.
You know what? People like of similar interests get together and they're like, "Hey, let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's get to know each other."
Oh, yeah, that is what Vo is. And Tara's like,
Exactly.
that's
So
fair.
basically,
Vo.
you're having VoCon, and I want to host TravelerCon.
temporarily.
Lukash goes, and how many individuals are you expecting?
See, that's a really good question.
We don't
Because
know.
I can't remember. I think the island is affecting me.
I love it. I love it.
But,
That is genius.
You know,
Genius move.
I have no clue, honestly.
But it could be, it's a manageable number.
It's a manageable number, and you know what? It's probably
Hilarious.
even less because of all of the travel that's involved and the turtle dragon and all that stuff. So
our numbers are going to
Destination.
greatly diminish
Challenging to get to.
when
Exactly.
people
It's
find
like,
out the,
you know,
the
who
journey
really
they
wants
have
to be
make.
there?
This
Who
isn't
can
like
make it?
Going to Disney
and
World.
then we'll find out.
Well, unless there are any.
I feel like these
arguments here
people would
amongst
never
the
argue with
the
anything.
Council, now that we're all present, once we have the approval of Vokodo,
All right.
I do not see why we wouldn't be able to
Gotta
aid you
give
and
Vokodo's
accept
approval.
these travelers of the traveler, if you will,
Yeah.
into Vo itself to celebrate.
Everybody that worships the traveler is like super helpful. They really just want to come in and not cause any trouble and just help as much as possible.
Roll a deception check.
All right, everybody, that is it for episode 101 of the Mighty Nine Times segment. We sit down with these people. So far, so good. There is nothing I have a problem with. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop and have something be like really bad or like be like, aha, now I understand where this is going. They were kind of hinting at thinking they knew what was happening in the Patreon hour, but then I feel like Travis and Laura and Sam were kind of like doing some little texting phone tag kind of thing, and then they all established that whatever the heck they were thinking wasn't the case. But I don't see any problems. They legitimately seem like really good people that just have very free-spirited lives. And as long as you give Vokodo all of your precious stuff, we learned in the Patreon hour, these people have nothing. You go in their houses, they have like the bare minimum of everything. They're wearing tattered clothes. They have no accessories or jewelry or anything. And we're decked out. So that's why Bo and them are asking these kind of questions. Like, are we going to go to Vokodo tomorrow? And it's going to be like, yeah, thanks for the gem, but I want your bracers, or I want your sword, or I want your shield. Viridian is basically saying, no, that's not how it works. Like, you just give what you want to give, and Vokodo will either be pleased or more pleased, or maybe think you could have done better. But who is Vokodo? That's what I want to know. And I think that's what Ford is saying too. Travis is like, yo, let's just wait it out. We'll go tomorrow. We'll see what we're dealing with. He is laughing his ass off the entire Patreon hour and this because he's thinking we're doing all this planning around something we really have no idea what we're even dealing with, if it even is a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's as crazy as we get there. And I've seen it 100 times where they're like, oh, like, what, did you think you were going to actually meet him? Like, I mean, they're making it seem like, yeah, no, you meet a person or an entity or something. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get there and they're like, yup, sorry, I don't know what happened. They didn't show up. Then if that happens, but the way they've been rolling with everything, they've had a plan and things have been unraveling the way they say they will. So I'm assuming something or somebody will be there. Now, if that is the case, it could be the Traveler, and the Traveler's been lying the whole time and knew this was a great location or something like that. If all this ties together and Vokodo is the Traveler, that'd just be hilarious. That this whole time we're in the dark thinking it's something else, and the Traveler's over there appearing to Jester and saying like, yo, introduce me when the time is right. And it could just as easily be him because he's so manipulative and such a trickster. But I don't think that is the case. I'm just saying it easily could be. But either way, it's something else is going on, and I'd love the two to collide because TravelerCon is 7 days away. But you guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do? In the description, there's a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. We're also doing Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, hundreds of other movies and shows. Percy Jackson and True Detective Season 4 are going on right now. In the description, link for Patreon. Full unedited everything. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.